Uh, we've asked you guys a lot about kind of Brook and what he's done at the rim, but I'm just curious for you on a night where Jalen has kind of been going off a little bit for them here in the early going, just your mindset and kind of what you need to keep in mind against him.
Mm, just trying to make them uncomfortable. You know, guys in this league are the best of the best. So, my job is just to try to make everything hard, keep them off balance, make them uncomfortable, and play hard.
Jevon, I don't think we've had a chance to speak to you since the game started. I know you don't want to change your mentality of when you enter a game or not, but what has it meant to get that starting call for this team these last 4 games?
I mean, starting coming off the bench, it don't really matter. I just want to be out there. What part of the game, that don't really matter. I have fun playing the game. I love playing the game, and I just want to be out there.
Bud mentioned a little bit, probably overpassing. Giannis mentioned it after last game as well. Do you think there were times maybe in the opening where maybe you had a look and you tried to maybe get a better shot, whereas maybe today it was like, okay, you've got some space and let it fly?
Yeah, yeah. I'm a very unselfish player. I try to take the right shots. And the guys, they've been on me. Everybody just been telling me to let it fly. And tonight I finally had a chance to go out there and do that. And we got the win.
Yeah, what does it mean, I guess, for you early on to have a defensive emphasis on the perimeter to kind of limit threes, not let teams kind of get going there? I know it's just 4 games, but you've had some success. What does that do? Just to say, okay, you emphasize something through camp, and then you're able to see an immediate sort of benefit to that.
We just trusting and believing in each other. Our job as guards and wings, send them into the paint, send them into the bigs, and the bigs' job is to protect the rim. And when you're on the same page, you should be able to get a stop more times than not.
So often we kind of talk about your effort on the outside. I think Bobby had 8 offensive rebounds tonight. Just what do you see from him and kind of that will around the rim to just kind of, if he doesn't get it, keep it alive and somehow get another possession, another shot?
Bobby a dog, man. You know what I'm saying? When you play against Bobby, you got to be ready to be in the dog fight at all times. He's not going to take it lightly on you. And that's one of the reasons why I love playing with him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's me in a big's body. You know what I'm saying? He get at that effort every possession. I love that. It helps. It helps us. It helps him. And this shows just how hard he goes. And good things happen when you play hard.
We were talking to Wes a little bit about it, but it feels like between you and Drew and him and George, like you just have a bunch of guys that get after all the ones and the twos in the league. Can you build that like over 48 minutes, like like a tag team, like tag somebody else and then he's gonna do the exact same thing? Can you like feel that build?
You definitely can. You know what I'm saying? When you out there, you guarding somebody, you playing as hard as you can, and then when somebody comes sub out for you and there's no drop off, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? That's really tough to deal with. And I feel like we had it.
Jevon, since you mentioned being a dog, I think Coach Huggs likes to tell a story about how he first saw you. Like it was back jam of an AAU game, and it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and you were picking up somebody full court. How do you remember that story?
Exactly how he told it. That's exactly how it went. Yeah, it really ain't too much for me to say, but that's exactly how it went. Appreciate y'all.
Really good start to the season. I think he just has 13 points tonight, 3 of 10 shooting. Just what do you think of your guard's ability to kind of make it tough on him?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of guys that we can throw at Brunson tonight. Jevon, I think, he takes on, just gives us an edge and I think tries to make things difficult on that spot. And then you can throw, George off the bench and Drew and then you got Brook and Giannis behind all those guys. So, I felt like they put the ball in Barrett's hands a lot tonight.
Shots might not have gone in to get that many shots and just kind of give yourself that many opportunities.
Yeah, no, I think, Bobby, I know had 6 at halftime. I don't know what he finished with. Looks like 8. And, that's a big number for him to go and get 8. Brooke really, I thought, had some big ones late. Giannis is picking up. Our guards are getting in there. So it's something that we want to improve and make a part of it, so that maybe there's nights where we don't shoot it that well, but we're getting extra possessions, extra opportunities, consistent every night. And Drew's had his moments. Grayson, George. I think had a really good George Hill for these first 4 games, and other guys just it's been a little bit different. Might be a different guy each night. But I think Giannis and Brooke have really set the tone for us coming out of the gate. Every possession, every night. We're going to need that going forward.
Coach, 7 guys in double figures tonight. I know before the game we were talking about guys taking opportunities when they have them. Did you see some of that tonight offensively? And if so, what did you see?
Yeah, I think, we talked a little bit about Jevon. I think the aggressiveness to take, the open looks and open opportunities, and, Grayson knocking some shots down, and, Drew, Brooke, everybody getting involved. So, Bobby, George, it's good when everybody's involved, everybody's participating. That's when most teams are at their best.
And I know we've talked separately about what Brooke does in the paint and then the pressure that you get from the guards defensively. How do you think that they've worked in tandem so far this season to collectively impact you all on the defensive end?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a big positive. We got to continue to do it every night. It's a challenge. There's just so much pick and roll. There's so much great guard play, and the athleticism of bigs to play. Give them the vertical spacing and things like that. So it's a big challenge every night. We got to keep rising to that.
You mentioned Drew's had his moments. I know the shots haven't gone out as much for him, but the 2 step back threes in the third really kind of got things going. And then, of course, the steal late. I know Giannis, you said it's kind of vintage. Is it 3 or 2+ seasons in? Is that kind of what vintage Drew to a degree in terms of what you expect from him in kind of key moments?
Yeah, I mean, I do think he kind of busted the game. I think we got up 20 at one point, and he had a big kind of it felt like that was a lot of Drew Holiday, and the 2 threes back to back just change everything. So, and his defense, I think he's been, I think the effort that he gives every night is just it's very he's unique, and you put him with the big guys. So that's we got a solid roster. We got to just keep working at it.
I know Grayson was, I think, 0 of 4 in the first half the other night, struggled with his shot a little bit, struggled offensively. What does a 17-point night for him kind of mean for him as he tries to get going this season?
Yeah, I think he's getting a lot of good looks, and he's put in a little extra time. He wants to be there. He wants to help the guys. So I think for him to have a night like this is much needed, and see the ball go in and make some plays. He's been really good for us. So it's great for him to see a night like tonight. All right, thank you.